This is forever. Forever, man. I mean that.
Look at you go. Okay, you better. Look. Go. Go. Look at you go. Okay, you bubbling. Look. Yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just see the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse dipping, I raiding. We act the fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon, big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof all day. Look at me.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be a touch. Back as that sails over the inline. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll toss it to Hunt. Fighting his way through contact. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 58 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Well, this has been a quick-strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Butker now to kick this one away. Cooper on the return. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Monday down. Hey, Raider 2. Hey.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Carr. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first-quarter grab here.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Carr now on 1st down. Wide open, Amari Cooper. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first-quarter grab here. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helps back in high school. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Forbath, the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
Now it's Hunt. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Chiefs are in for 6. And this one through the uprights and good. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and that'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Bryant with a catch right side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Bryant has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. On first down, Carr. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he's got it up and through. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And now here comes Kansas City. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They run with Hunt. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a first down. Carr now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On second down, here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Mahomes will try again on second down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Carr now on 1st down. Wide open receiver, complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Shotgun now for Carr. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Carr now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Willie Henry able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, give the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Ace! Ace! Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours?
Mahomes now on first down. He's got Fuller. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7:34.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look, credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
To throw, it's Carr. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Hey, Raider 2. White Monday down. Go Chief. 29. 6:37.
again, it's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Escaping the pressure right. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Ace!
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howell. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to go up top again. That's going to be caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. In for the score. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
You got 56 there. Go. Get set.
And they'll run it here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground.
He's got a man complete. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Purdue! 7:34. 8:08.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Black 58 rail.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So. Ace. Left. Z.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Going deep here for Watkins. And no, it's incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Forbath, the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for him. Didn't have
it. Got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, and even 40 yards. On play action, it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. And again, it's Mahomes. Shakes off the side. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They got to figure out what's been going wrong.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
6:37.
Now Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Go. Yeah, 98's down. 58-98.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Out left side here to Bryant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
29. 7:34. 29.
On first down, Carr. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll go on the ground. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 44 yards away. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. The Raiders on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. And on the ground they go with the running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.